Kindly subscribe to YouTube channel and follow on Facebook page at Dr. Zabby's Talk Show.
Mo kí gbogbo wa ipa kò ojú ọjọ́ ṣe rí mo kẹ́yìn ìyá mo kẹ́yìn bàbá mo kẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mo kẹ́ àbúrò. Èwo la mú wa fún wa lọ́jọ́ títí òní ẹ máa bá mi ká lọ. Wa kò ní rẹ̀ wá o, no going back òun la wà. Ìgbà wo ni mi ò mọ àkókò wo ni mi ò kúkú mọ̀ bọ̀ gbogbo ọ̀nà tá lè fi gbára kúrò nínú oko ẹrú òun làwọn wọn á ṣe òun làwọn máa gbé wá lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ojú òní tiwa. Let's go there.
I beg, I won't ask una how una take dey survive for this country. I came from Germany with my husband, a Ghanaian German, for the first time of him being in Nigeria. We went to village, we had some celebration. After everything, while going back to Lagos, we encountered some policemen. Those are policemen, right? Or are they army?
No,
they are policemen, right? Mopo men. Yeah. The car we are traveling back to Lagos with is a family car and filled with family members. These are not. This is not a passenger car. It's a family car. So they said they are doing search and stop. Stop and search rather. So when they stopped us, they asked us to open our luggages, of which we did. They searched everything. They searched our luggages thoroughly, and they did not find anything incriminating. Of course, we're not criminals. We're just normal human beings. While they were searching, they found his wallet. They opened it and found out that he's not from Nigeria. They saw these clothes. This clothes I'm showing you here on the screen. They said it's an army uniform, but these are normal clothes we wear in Germany. And I did not know that he came back with this clothes. But when I found out that he came with the clothes, I told him that people are not allowed to wear this kind of clothes here in Nigeria, of which he did not also wear them. He obeyed what I told him. According to our standard here in Nigeria, ordinary civilians are not allowed to wear army uniforms, and he obeyed. He did not even wear them, not even once. And these policemen found this clothes in his luggages while they were searching, and then they found his wallet, opened it, found out that he's not a Nigerian. They asked him to follow them. They said he should be the only one that will follow them. Being that he's a foreigner, this is his first time to be in Nigeria, I declined. I said no, I must go with them. I don't want him to go with them alone. I said I will go with them. So they started making problem. It was a sunny day. The heat was too much, so he was sweating. He reached out to get a tissue to clean his sweat. My daughter gave him tissue to clean his sweat. While he was cleaning his sweat, a police officer came. 2 police officers came, held him by his neck, and one was forcing the tissue he was using to clean his sweat into his mouth. And he was shouting, he was swallowing drug, he's swallowing drug, he's swallowing drug. I was like, what is happening? Wait a minute, what is going on? What am I seeing? A man, they were interrogating him on a heat, on a sunny weather. He was sweating. He reached out for tissue to clean up his face. While cleaning up his face, 2 policemen held him by his neck, and one was forcing down the tissue he was using to clean his head, to clean his sweat, into his mouth by force. And he was shouting that he was trying to swallow a drug. Drug from where? They held him by his neck and was forcing down the tissue he was using to clean his sweat into his mouth by force and shouting drug. He was swallowing drug. I mean, is this? And they inflicted a lot of injuries on him. Is this how Nigerian police behave? Why are criminals? Why are they giving criminals gun to be guarding normal people who are not even criminals? How can criminals be guarding normal people? All the policemen on uniform here in Nigeria, they are all criminals. What is going on? What is happening in Nigeria? I don't get it. Is this how these people behave? I bet let me share this video. Very dark man. A Ghanaian German who visited Nigeria for the first time. He was beaten up, interrogated. Look at his face. Look at his face. They held him by the neck. They nearly pied him. They nearly pied him. How can this man follow me to Nigeria again in his life? How can he be bold to be like, baby, I want to follow you to Nigeria to go and visit your people? Can he ever do it again? I bet no, let me share this video. This is embarrassing. I'm so ashamed to be a Nigerian.
I must start first by saying that when he took over, the economy was in shambles. Buhari really did a bad job. For 8 years, Buhari took us 100 years back. For Tinubu, I personally, it's my opinion, he's just marking time. He's marking time. We've not moved anywhere. Nigeria is floating. That's the truth. Nigeria is floating. You talk in the papers, or you write in the papers, or your ministers, they come and say, oh, especially Edu and Skadusu, they come and tell you, oh, the Naira is gaining this, that, the economy is the fourth fastest growing economy in the world. It's all paper. You don't see it on the ground. There is pain, there is hunger. There's no productivity. That's the word.
Ẹ̀wà náà ṣé ìdí nìkan ló ń dì mí nínú yín ni àbí ká sọ pé ẹ̀ mú àwọn tó wà níjọba ìtì mú yín. Only is she the problem of Nigeria? After all, Nigeria has been wrongly ruled for 40 years. So someone of just 2 years in office, you think can solve Nigerian problem? You must be mad. Saturday to Mada àti Friday láti mọ̀. Please tell me, bí Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso bó ṣe kéré mọ́tò ọdún mélòó ló ti lò lórí ìṣèjọba yẹn? Wọ́n ìtàwọn aráàlú ẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kó gbéjọba lẹ̀ fàlágbádá, àwọn ò fẹ́ kó lọ kó continue láti máa ṣèjọba wọn. Ìjọba tó bá máa ṣe dáadáa kò ní láti lo 1 million years nípò ká tó mọ̀ pé ó ní nǹkan ṣe. Now, who has this government called to order for mismanagement of public fund, for mismanagement of public resources, for corruption? Who have they called to order? Ṣé kò ṣe orí mẹ̀kúnnù náà lọ gbé gbogbo pressure gbogbo everything lé nílùú yìí? Látìgbà tíjọba ti wọ dispensation, ẹ sọ benefit mẹ̀kúnnù ti jẹ nílùú yìí fún mi. Import duty, wàhálà. Export duty, wàhálà. Epo, wàhálà. Iná, wàhálà. Now see, even when wa mọ́tò, every year ló máa renew proof of ownership wẹ́. International passport ó ti wọ́n sí, tax ó ti high sí. Kí ni nǹkan tí kò gbowó lórí nílùú yìí táwọn people yóò fi máa wùwà àgbà lọ́wọ́ Mary? Ẹ sọ fún mi. Ìjọ tí wọ́n wá sọ pé èèyàn tó ti lo 2 years ìlú ti bàjẹ́ fún 40 years. Nígbà tí Yar'Adua gun orí oyè, bàbá onínúure bàbá dáadáa ìgbà tó gun orí oyè, ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ kọ́ ló make àwọn changes kankan with his executive order. Wọ́n jẹ́ pé àwọn ilé executive order wà fi kọ́ máa fi inflict pain sórí àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù. They cannot use their executive order to control the people tó ń pè ní so-called kaba àbáwọn tó fẹ́ ba ìlú ìjẹ́. Why can't they do that? Why can't they give executive order against bandits and kidnappers? Ṣùgbọ́n ọlọ́pàá kan ló ṣì ń lament níjẹta àbíjọ́ pé àwọn níbi táwọn bandits wà báyìí, àwọn tó wà ní ìjọba sọ pé káwọn máa ń yìn wọ́n pọ̀ káwọn máa ṣe kankan fún wọn. Why can't they give executive order to those people to counter those set of people, the kidnappers and the bandits in the Nigerian forest, the terrorists in the northern forest? Bí eré wọ́n ti bùgàdà, wọ́n ti wọlé Yorùbá tán, wọ́n ti kó ní Ṣẹ́gun wọlé because wọ́n ti operate ní Kwara. Tọ́mọ́lẹ̀ ti wọ Kwara ìbò lọ ti wọ̀ yẹn. After Kwara, Ọ̀ṣun, after Ọ̀ṣun, ó di Ọ̀yọ́ nìyẹn, from Ọ̀yọ́ láti Ìbàdàn. From there, Benin Ọ̀rẹ́ road. From there, Èkìtì. From there, wọ́n kọ́ńkà Kogi, wọ́n bọ̀ Lagos state. Àbí nonsense wo ni wọ́n sọ yìí? Ẹ bá rí ní tí yóò dá tó yẹ kẹ́ voice àkẹ́ sòótọ́ kẹ́ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn pé kí ni yóò dá ẹ̀ ní sòótọ́ ọmọ àlè Nàìjíríà ni ẹ. Because you yourself, you are not even enjoying your life. Tó bá dọ́jà ń sin òmò iye tó ń buy everything ni. O lè kó 100,000 dọ́jà kò fi stock ilé ẹ̀ mọ́ sí mo ṣe stock ilé ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. O lè fẹ́ my 12 tó cheap jù ní Lagos state ṣé o lè 100 kìlọ̀ kó rí nǹkan gidi rà wálé. You are just saying nonsense. Wọ́n ti bàlújẹ́. Òun ò ṣe fílẹ̀ ní side ibi tó bàjẹ́ dé. Kó maintain ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kó tún má bàjẹ́ tó bó ṣe bàjẹ́ tó ń sìn. Kàn sọ̀rọ̀ kàtìkàtì lẹ́nu. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ wise up. Sọ mo dúró náà yìí.
One of the indices I would use to, here in Lagos, that I would use to score this administration a pass mark is when I go to Wharf and I go to Ijora and I go to the Oshodi Apapa Expressway and Ilupeju. Those are industrial estates where you have the industries. I grew up in Lagos. I knew what those places stood for. They stood for, where people are gainfully employed, they earn a living and all that. If you go there, those places are being taken over by churches, event centers, hoodlums. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. So economically, the government has been rash in taking steps. For instance, the removal of subsidy. Which other one again?
The floating of the
Naira. Tinubu just treats Nigerians like patients, operating on them without aesthetics, without giving them injection without giving them pain relieving injections. You just bring them to the theater and butcher them and say, oh, stitch them up and say, oh, fine, you're looking good. Okay, move, jump. Let's see whether you're okay. We've done well. He's too rash. He's not taking it step by step. He's not real. That's the truth. He's not real. So I will not call this government any pass mark in terms of economic gain. I will not deceive anybody, and I will not deceive myself especially. Nigeria is not doing well. We are pretending until one day we will just wake up and see that we will collapse. There's nothing happening. The government is not doing anything. And what pains me most is that the government put people around him who don't tell him what is really happening, like the Boalas, like the Keyamos, like the Edu, Kadosu, you know, all these propagandists. People, they just start telling you every time. In fact, the only reason why anybody will remain in the cabinet of Tinubu is when you can tell lies, when you can come to the public, keep a straight face and tell lies and say, oh, we are doing well. Every time the government is doing well, only on paper. We are not seeing anything on the ground.
They may be uncomfortable with you referring them to propagandists because they say they are doing their job in representing the government. But where my follow-up will be, but they are putting out, they said, the argument is to the effect that before it gets to the micro level, where it is you and I feeling better, is they say it has to start from that macro level, setting the reset of the economy. I'm putting out the argument of the government so that you can respond. So, okay, they came in, the FX, for instance, there were backlogs in terms of payment, and then if you look at all the subsidies that were supposed to be paid, from 6 in PMS, I think another 2 in electricity, and then there were a couple of backlogs. Everything came to about 21 trillion in that sense, and if you add the deficit, so the numbers are good, were not good. So they said if the Tinubu administration did not do what it did, the economy would have tanked by now, so they had to do a hard reset in that sense. So we should be patient that this is a temporary gain for a future gain, temporary pain rather for future gain. Does this argument and this narrative, does it make sense to you?
That's sweet nothing. You know, they like too much grammar. They want to confuse us. Look, if whether macro or micro, by now 2 years it will have been trickling down. You see, what pains me most is that they are not prudent. They are not prudent. An economy that is bleeding, you spend millions, several millions of naira to renovate the residence of the vice president. You spend several millions or billions of naira to refurbish the conference center. Who is going to conference center? Look at Akpabio's recent visit. You may say the money is small. It's not small. A 5-man delegate. Something that Akpabio could have gone alone. You have ambassadors around Europe there. You have Nigerian community. If he needs support, when he lands Rome, he can invite 1 or 2 ambassadors around that area, or even Nigerian dignitaries in Rome that will accompany them. Tell me how much we have saved. I dare Akpabio, you should tell us how much was the federal government should tell us how much Akpabio spent on that trip. So they are not showing signs of people who really feel our pain. They are not showing signs of that they are doing anything. They are not honest. All they are interested in. They are talking about just power. They are already talking about 2027, election to come back to power, when they have not even shown any sign of growing the economy or even
Look at little Qatar. Little Qatar. Qatar is smaller than the state of Bauchi. Look at the stadium that they have built in 8 years. With one resource, natural gas. Compare that, permit me to speak my mind. Compare that with Nigeria. the 5th largest producer of oil on earth, and yet they are accused of fuel in the capital. How can we excuse that? How can we possibly excuse that? With gas from the Delta, we are flaring the gas. The Democratic Republic of Congo, with minerals worth $34.1 trillion under her belly. What is she famous for? War. Is that conspiracy from anybody? No. It is us. And you can go on and look at the area even of vaccination. Not a single African country produced vaccine. We were begging. Oh, AstraZeneca, come to us. Oh, Moderna, come to us. Oh, come to... Why should we be given? Don't we have scientists? When I travel across the world, there are Nigerian scientists in all over the world doing amazing things. But when they come here, you pay them $100 per month. No conspiracy. It is us. And until the day we are able to say that there is something wrong with the things we are doing, we are always going to blame other people.
Stabilizing the economy, they've not shown any sign. So whatever they are telling you, macro, 2 years is enough for us to see the gains. 2 years is enough for us to start feeling it. Price of foods is going. The other day, I went to a fast food outlet. I discovered that I couldn't finish my meal, and I now took it. Paid for a pack, took it to the office, and when I was going home, because I'm not trained to waste food, I want to take it home, but there was vegetable inside it. I want to take it home, but unfortunately I forgot it on my table. I asked the next morning, I now called my secretary and said, but when I came back, I said, I hope you didn't eat that food because it must have become spoiled by that time you came. She said no, that she wanted to dispose it and somebody just grabbed it from her and started eating it. I felt so touched. I'm not saying even in America people don't eat from the dustbin or whatever, but it's not common in Nigeria. Growing up in Nigeria, it's not common. Everybody had enough. Everybody, the cleaner had enough. The policeman had enough. The Nigeria I grew up in. The lawyer, everybody had enough. Now people have nothing. People now feeding from dustbin, feeding life.
We hope that those times that you speak of will return, but we tend to look at the federal government and, with less focus on the subnationals, where some activity is supposedly ongoing as well. And we could refer to savings from the policy of this administration, which is fuel subsidy removal. We could also even refer to the interventions that the federal government has provided at the onset of the Nibo government, the 5 billion naira subsidy palliative fund released to state governors, 3 billion.
Well, like I said earlier on, the government made a very bad economy and they are marking time. That's any mediocre mark time. Any mediocre, any reasonable, and the average, yes, below average. What they're doing is, we don't expect below average. We don't expect them to say we're doing our best. This is not what they told us. This is not their manifesto. You understand? Yes, they've provided all these things, but then there's no subsidy. Where are the SS? Definitely, they made so much money from us by removing the subsidy. I mean, when this government came to power, they had, fuel was about 200 and something per liter.
Less than 200.
Now we're buying 900. And so where are the SSs? Of course, definitely there will be money to do all these things. And for our sacrifice, we expect more. So where is the balance from this subsidy, all this sacrifice, diesel, kerosene, and all that? Where are the SSs? Okay, now they meet up this they give these allocations. Yes, I give it to them. They give these allocations. The issue is the follow-up. Are they judiciously utilized? Like the governors, for instance. Are these monies judiciously utilized? So these are the issues. They need to be follow-up. It's not when there's a small problem you go and create state of emergency. Follow-up.
That dominates the ruling party dominating the National Assembly.
Well, talking about this mass defection from other parties, particularly PDP and Labour Party to APC. Well, legally speaking, on the normal level, governors or lawmakers are permitted to defect from their party to other parties, but there must be good reasons why. Now, why are the question you ask? Why are they defecting from their party to APC? Is it based on ideology? Is it based on principle? Is it based on that the government is doing well? Is it based on the interest of the people who gave them the mandate? When you look at all these things, you discover that the basic reason why they are defecting is fear. Most of these governors, like my state governor, Delta State, they moved massively, or en masse, to PDP, APC, about 2-3 days ago. I can tell you, I'm from that state, that it's not in the best interest, not for the interest of Deltans, it's for the interest of politicians who are trying to conceal their loots, who are afraid of prosecution. This government has failed in terms of their fight against corruption. And for them to gain public trust, corruption must be tackled. And this government is corrupt. I mean, there are a lot of corrupt people there. There are, or will I say, people who have allegedly, defrauded their state. Akpabio is one of them.
Allegedly?
Allegedly, I said allegedly, yes. You know, many of them. So they have not been able to follow. So these people are coming, even Okowa and Co. They are coming there to hide, because there's a popular saying in Nigerian political landscape that once you come to River ABC and you are baptized there, all your sins are forgiven. So people are not deflecting based on ideology. They are deflecting based on personal interest, fear of being prosecuted, and they will be covered. Definitely.
I'll call it Kayode. I have some questions for you from Abuja. Kayode.
Perhaps to just follow up on what you said just previously. What proof or what conviction do you have as a legal practitioner to back up that allegation? Because it's okay to say allegedly, but sometimes so people understand also where you're coming from, the context. Perhaps you have proof and convictions as it concerns the courts to back that up for the benefit of Nigerians.
On the particular character or person I mentioned, Akpabio, like I said, allegedly, and it's been reported severally, that EFCC have a case file on him, even when he was about to be appointed or was elected a senator, and they were screening him for position of Senate President. EFCC came out with they were going to arrest him. So I don't know how that was swept under the carpet. So I'm not here to prove. Hold on. I'm not here to prove. I'm not in a law court. I said allegedly, and I'm quoting. I can defend it based on EFCC's will I say investigation, which was being carried out, and there were petitions from his state. What can be more? There are petitions from his state. Even forget about that. Hold on, let me land. Let us even go to the issue when he was the chairman of NDDC, or what do you call it? Niger Delta Development. He looted that place blue and black. I can say that. Have you forgotten the off the microphone scenario in the Senate when the allegation was levied against him, and he was not telling the lawmakers who he gave contract. I saw that myself. He told one of the lawmakers told them, "It's enough of the speaker. What can be more than that? Is it only Akpabio? There are many of them there. In fact, the National Assembly is a home for not retired, looters."
Allegedly, sir.
Allegedly. If you want, if you invite me on another program, invite me on another occasion,
okay.
and I will on this issue, invite me again, and I will give you all those things. I will write to FCC. I will bring all those things to you.
Mr. Amirobo, if you can hear me.
I can.
So you said there are others, and it's important to speak in the context. That's why I said, what are the convictions to back this up? Because you can't say someone is guilty until they.
I didn't say they are guilty.
You know that too well. So who, you said in matter of fact, so who are the others that you know about? What is the context? What is the proof as well? So we can lay all the cards on the table.
Well, I have told you, and I maintain that in the National House of Assembly, where you have all the ex-governors that are there, I can say confidently that they are allegedly corrupt, and they have skeleton in their cupboard, and they need to be investigated and prosecuted if this government is serious. But it will never happen. All the ex-governors, all the former, even those who are who have served as, or who are still serving as senators, House of Reps, who are there today, they are also allegedly corrupt. I'm telling you categorically, I won't mention names, but I am telling you categorically that the National House of Assembly is a home for, I won't say, if I use the word criminals now, you will say I've said something that is not allegedly. Allegedly, people who have looted this country. Allegedly, people who are responsible for our suffering today. I can tell you that our suffering today is being caused by the ex-governors. All the ex-governors. Where are all the monies they gave them?
Right.
Like, okay, my state governor, for instance, he is not there. But for instance, he has not been able to account for our revenue derivative allocation every month. He has not been able to. He has not been able to. Our internet generated revenue, he has not been able to account for them for 8 years. He has a case of 1 point something trillion naira on his head right now.
All right, let me put this in quickly so we can touch on another point. So would you also say the judiciary, as you put it, is allegedly corrupt? The bar, the bench is allegedly corrupt as well? Because we've heard that time and again.
You're correct, because it's not me. There's a report. I can't recall the exact report now. There's a report that said the Nigerian judiciary is fantastically corrupt. I am not saying I said so. There's a report on that. And I'm not saying that they are not good judiciary officers, I mean judges. I'm not saying they are not good, but we have bad eggs, like in every other organization. So the lawmakers, the judiciary, the executive, I say categorically that they don't try.
Okay, so let's try to round off as quickly as possible. First is, what do you expect the citizens to do? Because that's a fundamental question.
Before then,
if in your books, judiciary has a question to answer, the National Assembly has a question to answer, all of these guys have a question to answer, and which is what has brought us here. Some have been convicted, some have not been convicted, some have not been tried, and all of that. What should the citizens do? Because we're the ones that are suffering at the end of the day.
The citizens, of course, which I'm part of, I feel sorry for us because we have been, like somebody said, that we've been hypnotized. We're in trouble because our votes don't count.
Please, what is your name and your local government? And please tell us who you voted for.
My names are Lawandi Abubakar, delegates. I voted Wasiu Akishemoyi as a delegate for Etiosa local government chairman.
Thank you very much.
My position in the LGA is the welfare officer.
Thank you very much. Sir, please, your name, your local government, and who you voted for.
Mr. I voted for Wasiu.
Thank you very much.
I'm LGA officer.
Thank you very much, sir. Your name and your position, sir.
My name is Honorable
Who did you vote for, sir?
I voted for Wasiu.
Thank you very much, sir.
My name is Akim Mustafa. I voted for Wasiu.
Thank you.
My name is
Wasiu. And your position, please.
My name is Wasiu Owolabi. I'm the PRO of Etiosa local government APC secretariat. I voted for Wasiu and my vote did not count. Yes. Thank you.
My name is Rashid Kokoro. I'm the Assistant Secretary of LGA APC, Etiosa local government. I voted for Honorable Wasiu Yekini, which my vote did not count.
My name is James Aderomi. I voted for Wasiu. I am SFisho 1. And my name
is Bello Abatunde. I voted for Wasiu at the Sakishimori, but my vote is not count.
My name is Maja Abigail, the Financial Secretary to the LGA. So I voted for Wasiu Yekini, but my vote is not count.
My name is Murita Lakile, Assistant Youth Leader LGA, Etiosa local government. I am delegate to Wasiu Babatunde, and my vote is not count.
My name is Adam Simoru, Assistant Financial Secretary, Etiosa LGA. I voted for Wasiu Yekini, and then my vote is not counted.
My name is Oluguna Alabi. I'm Treasurer, LGA, Etiosa. I voted for Wasiu Yekini, and my vote did not count.
This is Alhaji Shamsuddin Koto, the Secretary, Etiosa. I voted Wasiu Yekini. This vote should not count. Something is wrong.
If after spending 100 billion, and 900 billion,
no, not up to that.
Then as at that time for the last election, yes,
about 300.
No, billion.
Yes.
Okay, 300 billion. And somebody comes to tell me that because of some glitches, we cannot assess our result on real time. Then you now go and start collating. In this modern time, we stand no chance. We stand the electorate, but I will still appeal that they should not give up, or we should not give up. We should pick up our PVC, vote, and defend it to the best of our ability. But we are fighting against we are fighting against our situation is precarious.
All right.
And the only thing that may result is a spontaneous revolution, which is going to be disastrous for us. It's going to be catastrophic for everybody.
And that's another matter entirely.
Yes.
But when you say the judiciary is...
láti rí láti gbọ́ ládẹ̀ tí kò sí nǹkan kan tá lè ṣe bí òun ṣe wípé ká túbọ̀ tẹ̀ra mọ́ iṣẹ́ gbogbo ọ̀nà tá bá lè gbà láti lè fi ṣe. Ọlọ́run á dá wa lóhùn, Elédùmarè á gbèjà wa. Ó ń ṣọmọ olókùú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àní sín pẹ̀lú òkú ẹ̀. Ẹ bá wa fi kọ́mẹ̀ntì tiyín náà sílẹ̀. Ẹ má gbàgbé láti bá wa share. God bless you. One love. Bye for now.
Kindly subscribe to YouTube channel and follow on Facebook page at Dr. Zabby's Talk Show.